Now, I'm not saying that I was that old lady hanging outside of the lesbian club looking for baby dykes to give candy to lure them home to my stove. What I'm saying is that I just know what it feels like to not have a stable place of my own. Okay, loved ones, for those of you who are paying club members, you all know what the next book is. Okay, if you do not know, go on over there to the Patreon where you pay your fees, and or the YouTube community wall, and find out what the next book is. Again, I will reiterate, your paid memberships of $5 means so much to this channel. It is greatly appreciated, and it tells me that you appreciate my hard work. Even though the money was low for me, I always held on to the little residual money that came every quarter and kept that for my kids. Whenever I couldn't eat, I made sure they could. I always tried to make sure I had a cushion to take care of my children. Every dime I got my hands on, I tried to hold on to as long as I could. I can talk about it now, but trust me, it was a conversation piece that I avoided for a very long time. The friends that I did have, I love them till this day. But I really believe the residual from my situation was so draining that I lost them to new friends who just had their shit together. I wandered around New York City as if I was a zombie. I lost my identity and had no idea who I was anymore. I only knew what everybody else knew, LeLee. But that person was no longer me. LeLee, as they knew her, was the happy shit talker that would never go anywhere without a smile on her face. She was the girl that made everyone's day. I became a slave to LeLee and totally forgot all about the pretty little girl my mother gave birth to named Leanne. Leanne was a survivor before the fame. Leanne was created with some strong bones and wisdom. I forgot that before I achieved a certain level of success with my group that I was somebody. I allowed people to dictate my every movement and even sometimes my thoughts. I look at myself in the mirror and see the scariest person. I was literally afraid of me. I got to the point where I would never look in the mirror when I walked past it. I didn't want to look at myself because I was so ashamed. I was angry at the world. I was angry at the music industry, my label, and everyone who had anything to do with SWV. I regretted even having the vision to put this group together and wanted it to work. There were moments I had wished that I had finished high school, went to college, married some whack dude from the Bronx, had some babies, and live a normal life. Anything was better than my life at that time. This fucked up life of mine, the life that everyone thought was so great. The sound of my group's name made me literally sick, to the point that I wanted to sometimes throw up because I couldn't erase that past, that part of my life. I wanted to end it. So let me say this about LeLee. From watching the reality TV show, not the one that they have with Escape, and from what I understand, they finna have a season 2, which I love. I really do love. Because remember, season 1 was when Coko revealed to us that she was bipolar and she was taking her medicine. and she felt better about herself. One thing I say about people who address their mental health is that they're way stronger than those who refuse to accept what it is. You going through life miserable. You're battling depression. You out here randomly cussing people out. And you're going through life like that instead of going to the doctor and saying, hey, doctor, this is what I'm going through. Can you please help me? Or is there anything that can help me? Now, I've seen severe depression because I used to work at a mental health clinic. And baby, just how sometimes those patients, when you have to get that call to say, okay, they committed suicide because they just couldn't help themselves. They just were battling demons inside their brain that no pill could fix. But if there is a pill out there that can fix it, please explore it. Okay? There's no need in going through life miserable. Okay, now getting back to the point that I was trying to make by bringing up the reality TV show, the first one. From what I understand from watching the reality TV shows and listening to whatever commentary that the girls provided about how the group disbanded, it was all on LeLee. Was the one who felt that she had to leave before she got left. At the Marriott Marquis Hotel in Times Square, I got me a room for the night because I got tired of sleeping in my truck in Yankee Stadium parking lot. Girl, sometimes it bees like that, LeLee. Yes, it's true. I would stay up, wandering around the city, killing time, waiting for the sun to rise so I could at least sleep through the morning instead of through the night. Although I had slightly tinted windows, I would still sleep with one eye open and one eye closed. You never can be too careful in New York to avoid the risk of me getting hurt. There were other times where I would go to the girl clubs where my friend Lisa was promoting a party, hoping to see someone I knew or meet someone, offer them a ride home in exchange for some shelter. Now, I don't know how the hell I comprehensively missed that. Because it took for one of you in the chat or the comments section to break it down. One of yous had said that during one of LeLee's interviews, so that she wouldn't be sleeping in her truck in the streets, she would go to the lesbian clubs. I missed it. When she said girl clubs, I'm thinking about the shaker clubs, like the stripper clubs. You know what I'm saying? Whether she's saying girl or boys. I didn't know she was talking about ladies' night. That's not what I thought she was talking about. That shit totally went over my head. It was yous who pointed out to me that she going around there to the lesbians waiting for a lesbian adventure. She said it was easier for her to choose to go home with a girl instead of going home with a guy. Now, I don't think she was gay for pay, because some of y'all was like, oh, she gay for pay. No, she wasn't gay for pay. She been bisexual. She been sucking on the vaginas or pansexual. I'm not shocked about it because, trust me, it is a lot of homelessness, sisters, in a life. And what LeLee did is a normal thing. I just didn't get what she was saying until one of you all in the comments had broke it down. This shit right here breaking my heart, y'all. But it's real. And LeLee, I've been there before. Believe it or not, I have been there before. People would usually leave the club about 2 or 3 in the morning. So by the time a conversation took place, the sun would be peeking through the sky. I felt more comfortable doing it this way instead of going with some guy that could possibly grate me. I was in survival mode for real. My only motive was to stay alive. I went through this part of my journey pretty much by myself because of my pride. Me too. Now, I'm not saying that I was that old lady hanging outside of the lesbian club looking for baby dykes to give candy to lure them home to my stove. What I'm saying is that I just know what it feels like to not have a stable place of my own. I didn't want people to know anything other than what they knew of me already. I sure didn't want my family to be worried, and I wasn't going to tell my friends. My sister Gigi was so upset with me for not telling her I was even in New York, let alone in New York, homeless. Man, that pride is a mother hunch. So let me give LeLee her props, okay? In situations like that, you got a lot of people that turn to addictions, okay, because they don't want to feel the pain no more. I have had my issues. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, y'all know I don't do anything anymore now because I need to be aware for my Lulu. You know, I know you like, Nay, if you eat a gummy, that's not going to hurt Lulu. Lulu, I don't trust myself. I got clean for my baby. No more gummies for Nay. All right? Because if my baby wake up sick and I got to rush him to the emergency veterinarian, I don't want to be so hungover or part high that I can't get in the car and drive my baby to the veterinarian. I know you like, Nay, you might be doing too much, but this is mine. This is what I raised. This is what I consider to be my baby. So I stopped doing it. There was a time that I was off the chain so that I didn't have to deal with reality. Okay? And I chose to be off the chain. It was a good 2 years that I was out of there. I didn't even recognize myself. Okay? But LeLee says that she did not have any struggles with alcohol or drugs. What I do believe LeLee's addiction is, which is what a lot of us around this age struggle with, is a sugar addiction or food addiction. We love food, you know, and I know we gain weight as we get older, but I've realized that I connected stress to sweet eating. I decided that I no longer wanted to be a burden to anyone anymore. I was so effing tired of people asking me, so what are you doing now? Why did SWV break up? I was so connected to that brand that illing myself was the only way out, literally. Since I didn't feel celebrated in life, the whole world can talk shit about me in death because I was checking out.
I made a left on MLK. Oh, what a beautiful day, what a beautiful day. Taking a ride on the south side. Made a left on MLK. Come on, take a ride on the south side. Made a left on MLK. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful day. Riding high on the west side, looking for a ride to play. Won't you come out and play? Won't you come out and play? Take a ride on the south side.